Wherever you're watching from around the world, the UK, the Americas, Asia, Africa or Australia, welcome to Melbourne and to Telstra Dome. This is the Hyundai A-League Grand Final 2007. Two clubs from two states who have as intense a rivalry as any in the country, Victoria and South Australia. Well, this is where it all began in Season 2 of the A-League when Melbourne beat Adelaide 2-0 just down the road at Olympic Park. This is where it will end tonight in the cauldron, that is the Telstra Dome. And of course, the heat may have a factor to play, especially as Adelaide United had such a tough encounter last weekend.
Well, it could certainly play a role. But I think the way the two sides set themselves up, very interesting. Greg Owens preferred from Adam Van Dommel in the left-back position. I think that's because with their system, Melbourne 4-4-2, the Brazilian Fred starts on the right-hand side, but he comes and drifts behind the front two strikers and opens up a bit of a laneway, if you want, down that right-hand or left-hand side for Adelaide United. So I think that's why Greg Owens starts. I think it's a good move from John Cosmina.
Now this is Nathan Burns running at pace, taking on Simon Story. And almost in behind for a moment. Goal kick is the first decision Mark Shield makes. Nathan Burns, who's been labelled Australia's next Harry Kewell, and one or two clubs in Europe, no doubt, who are having a look at this prodigious young talent. He's joint top scorer this season with 6 for Adelaide, and already it's set on the fringe of full national honours.
They're not playing in his place that he prefers, playing wide on the left-hand side. Of course, he will tuck in, and again, that maybe will give space for Greg Owens on the ball now to get forward a lot more than, say, Adam Van Dommel would have.
Now this is Adrian Caceres. Now Fred, who drifts around from right to left, finding Archie Thompson, and Beltrame is called into action for the first time and does well.
Well, it's a wonderful cross from Archie Thompson. Shows his pace. Adelaide caught a little bit square early on. Caceres very close to getting in on the end of that.
Well, it's normally feisty between these two, and Kevin Muscat is normally involved. That was a late challenge on Diego, the Brazilian. And the first man Mark Shield has to speak to is, guess who?
Well, he's certainly late. Catches him on the ankle.
Good touch by Archie Thompson. Trying to find Caceres. Richie Alagich just watches the ball behind. There's the blue and white brigade, the noisy Melbourne faithful behind the goal. And there's maybe half a suggestion. That just glanced off the hand of Richie Alagich there.
Yeah, but I think Caceres maybe gave him a nudge in the back, and I think you'd find that the ball hadn't gone out. Mark Shield, the easy decision to give a goal kick. It would have been a foul on Richie Alagich from Caceres.
This is Alagich to take the throw-in, who coincidentally gave away a penalty in round 1 of this season's A-League competition against Melbourne Victory.
I think he fouled Alessandro from memory.
He did indeed. Melbourne incidentally have won 2 of the 3 league meetings in the regular home and away season. Now, out of the 12 meetings overall, it's Adelaide who have the edge with 6 wins, 3 draws and 3 defeats, and here's Danny Allsop using his pace and his power. And he's won his team a free kick.
That's wonderful play from Danny Allsop. Had one thing in his mind when he picked up the ball in his own half, and that was to attack Greg Owens. Of course, Greg Owens better going forward than really defensively. Went around 2 players there, and in the end commits the foul, and it's a dangerous situation for Adelaide to contend with.
Well, the Melbourne Victory supporters are ready to bounce up and down. It's the Adelaide fans behind the opposite goal, to which the team in blue is attacking. Will this provide the first chance of the grand final? It's drilled in and it's over the top off an Adelaide head.
I think that came off Fernando. Whipped in with pace from Caceres with the left foot. Maybe didn't angle it quite as much as he would have liked. He's hit it flat. Fernando there at the near post. Well, striker coming back defending always is a bit of a worry for the coach, but I guess he got it high enough.
Simon Story on corner kick duty. It's in towards Muscat at the near post. Now, Ross Aloisi has taken a blow to the face and may need some treatment. Well, this is not what John Cosmina wants to see, with less than 8 minutes on the watch. His captain, who's lying in a crumpled heap, although as we watch this replay, is back up on his feet. Funnily enough, the two were at a press conference. I think it might be the tooth, actually, of Ross Aloisi that's causing him some discomfort. Now it's Adrian Leia who's given away the free kick. The two were at a press conference this week, the skippers, Aloisi and Muscat. And it ended in hugs and smiles all round, because, of course, they played at international level together. Muscat was Aloisi's captain, but no love lost on the park.
Free kick here, Fernando on the ball. It's pretty clear that he's the one that's going to hit it. Certainly worth a shot in this sort of distance. Is a fair way out.
It is Fernando, and it's away by Adrian Leia. Costanzo. He's been in rare form, incidentally, at the back for Adelaide. That's one example as to why. So cool and calm on the ball, Angelo Costanzo. Aloisi, who's none the worse for wear. Finds Travis Dodd, who's very tightly marked by Steve Pantelides. Melbourne have it back through Muscat, who slides it through, and there's danger here for Adelaide. And Valkanis is across superbly to concede the corner.
Yeah, great tackle from Michael Valkanis. Needed to time it perfectly, and he did.
Archie Thompson, 10 goals for Eddie Merrick's team this season, but interestingly enough, not against Adelaide United. Never scored against the team from South Australia. Said this week he was very anxious to put that right. Story's corner. Now, was that a handball? The appeals weren't too convincing from the Melbourne players, and here it finds Diego. Touched by Owens. And the momentum of that counter-attack from Adelaide rather broke down on halfway. Good tackle by Fred. Dodd wins it back though. Alagic onside. Theoklitos close. Now, was this a handball? No. And there's some holding by both Fernando and Fred. Caceres. Alagic didn't get the ball, hence the whistle. Rebner just couldn't quite thread it through. Now Carl Beard. Owens. He's naturally right-footed, so his instinct is to cut inside. Now Danny Olson stands up. Well, he's just been sensational in the final series for Adelaide.
Well, what a game he had last weekend, particularly when I think back to that second half of extra time. He just won everything that came through. And he has this gift of timing his tackles perfectly. There was another example. It's also an example of what you don't want to do. Danny Alsop, don't let him turn on you. He has got pace, and he gets momentum going. It's very difficult to stop.
Here is Adelaide's very own Divine Ponytail. Angelo Costanzo. Diego spotted the pace of Travis Dodd.
Oh, well, he's quick, Travis Dodd, but he's not that quick. Just really run out of options there, Diego, and Travis Dodd is struggling to get into the game. Marked there by Steve Pantelides. I do really feel that he is a key figure for Adelaide. But he needs service.
Approaching the 20-minute mark. Deadlock still to be broken. Maybe this is the chance. Fred through. Archie Thompson! Goal! Ball's over the line. Mark Shield has signalled the goal. And Archie Thompson, the man who never scored against Adelaide, puts that statistic right on the big stage.
Well, the referee's assistant flagged it straight away. Archie Thompson with the outside of his right boot. It hits the post. He was well found by Fred. What a great first touch. That's what sets up the goal. Adelaide fell asleep. Costanzo had his arm raised in the air, calling for the offside. Ernie Merrick still hasn't smiled. It's just ahead of the ball's helped through by Grant Brebner. He's definitely onside, but what about the first touch from Brebner? From Fred, sorry. That's what sets up the goal. The ball's definitely over the line as Costanzo tries to hook it away. Archie Thompson on the score sheet. What about the first touch from Fred? Archie Thompson onto the post. Melbourne take the lead.
Fred and Thompson, how many times have those two combined this season? It's goal number 11 of the campaign for Archie Thompson, and it's first blood to the victory in the grand final. Right on the 20-minute mark.
Well, in what has been a cage opening, as Ross Aloisi gets a yellow card for a challenge on Fred. He's not happy about it. Kevin Muscat gets involved. You'd have to say in the opening 20 minutes, Melbourne had made slightly the better start. They looked more dangerous. Aloisi, frustration. Comes in late on Fred. Studs went up, maybe a touch harsh for Aloisi. Mark Shield right there on the spot. What about that first touch from Fred, finding the pass to Archie Thompson? Wonderful stuff. Sorry, Simon. Interesting to note as well that the goal comes from that right-hand side where Greg Owens is playing. I know he's more attack-minded than defensive, but Fred had ghosted him behind. And as the ball was helped on by Grant Brebner, found himself unmarked. Good first touch, finds Archie Thompson, goal.
Well, can Greg Owens perhaps make amends with a decent delivery from this set piece? Adelaide stung by that Archie Thompson opener. Theocritus didn't quite get there. Hooked away by Brebner. Now Burns. Infield for Nathan Burns, bit of space to attack. Fernando. That's comfortable enough for Simon Story. Now Fred. Skips past Diego. On a second challenge, but luckily perhaps. There's space here on the left for Caceres.
Wonderful play from Fred.
Muscat. Maybe thought about the shot there, Kevin Muscat.
That's a difficult ball, the one he's tried to play in the end. Danny Allsop had just pulled off the shoulder in between Valkanis and Greg Owens. Here's the pass from Fred to Archie Thompson, outside of the right foot, hits the post. He knows it's gone over. It clearly did go over. Referee's assistant right on the spot, flagged straight away.
Caceres again trying to get in behind Alagic, which has been a constant tactic by Melbourne. Confirmation, number 11 of the campaign. Not sure he'll win any awards for his haircut, Archie Thompson, but he's popular enough amongst the home faithful.
I've heard in a few hairdressers around Melbourne that you can actually get the Archie Thompson, they call it, put it on their boards. I think it's $25.
Cheap at half the price. Lovely 1-2 between Thompson and Brebner. Well, Canis alive to the danger.
That's where they've had some joy, haven't they, Melbourne? Down both flanks. The goal comes from the inside right channel, but they've had a bit of joy down this side. This time it's Archie Thompson pulling into the left-hand channel. The Caceres has had a few times where he's got into promising positions down there.
Pantelides. Now Brebner. Graham Brebner, who played in a Scottish Cup final during his time with Dundee United. He lost that one. So he'll be eager to make amends. Injury or no injury.
Well, he nearly missed this one through injury, didn't he? Had a fitness test before the game. Quite extended one as well.
Now Thompson, support arriving now for the victory. Still Archie Thompson. Still Archie Thompson. Oh, is that a penalty? Well,
I thought he should have pulled the trigger.
Well, will Adelaide make them pay? Carl Veert, the space opened up for Travis Dodd on the right. Here's Dodd, it could be one apiece. And how did Melbourne survive that? Surely the wrong option chosen by Travis Dodd.
I think his first touch didn't help him. But back to Archie Thompson, who cuts inside. He rides one challenge from Owens. There's the contact from Costanzo. Mark Shields right there. I think he's lost the ball. I think he should have pulled the trigger before that. Well, what about this? It's his first touch. It's too heavy. Travis Dodd. He's trying to find Fernando. Roddy Vargas perfectly positioned. His first touch is good. He goes for goal on his own.
Aloisi helps on Alagic's throw. Thompson, that will be a foul. Well, he's been a live wire, hasn't he, Archie Thompson? Would you believe, on a day that's been so hot and humid, we've now got almost torrential rain inside Telstra Dome. Should grease up the surface a wee bit, though. Let the ball zip around. Fernando's touch. Too much on it, though, for Veert. This is Allsop. Very simple 1-2 with Fred. And this is where Melbourne are dangerous. Allsop running at pace. Fred on the outside. Fred in! Archie Thompson! Sensational goal for the victory! And they've doubled their money in the grand final.
What a wonderful piece of football. Again, it's down the right-hand side as Greg Owens gets caught forward. They're away, but what they do well is they're away with pace. Danny Allsop, the overlapping run from Fred. Archie Thompson, beautiful run to the near post. Look at Allsop, he holds it up, picks the right time. Had to be first-time pass from Fred, it was, and Archie Thompson with a left-footed finish this time. Wonderful stuff from Melbourne.
This is what it means on the victory bench. They know that even at this early stage, a two-goal cushion, well, they're starting dreaming about trophies and medals. Although, there's still no smile from the coach. Well, they had such a miserable spell with PSV Eindhoven towards the end of last season, but he's showing his full array of skills now, including that little backflip for Caceres. Here is Thompson. Now Brebner trying to side-foot it home. And Beltrame makes the save.
I think it's quite a comfortable save in the end. Grant Brebner just allowing the ball to come across his body, and he's going for that far post. Archie Thompson involved in everything. Here he opens himself up. Beltrame quite comfortable, but he had to deal with it, and he dealt with it, he did, with his left hand.
Well, Adelaide's in danger of being swamped here in the rain at Telstra Dome. They've got to hang on. They've got to keep their focus. They've got to keep a toehold in the game. The victory are rampant. This Leia's header. And it's a goal kick.
Leia saying it comes off Costanzo last. Ball in again by Fred. He might have had a case. But Melbourne up the tempo, didn't they? When they break, they've got so much pace with Allsop and Thompson. And Fred, ever the creator.
Well, John Cosmina sat high up in the stands, impassive, as is his opposite number, Ernie Merrick. They've had lots of words this week to say to each other, about each other. As Theoklitos feels that one as easy as taking a catch in the slips.
Diego just strike little back lift, didn't have a lot of time to hit it. Take an awkward bounce, Theoklitos dealt with it well.
Interesting to observe the two coaches this week. It's like watching Bjorn Borg against John McEnroe at times. A quiet one against the abrasive one. Here's Thompson, free again. Adelaide in real trouble here. Allsop swings at the ball and misses. Thompson gets in ahead of Beltrame. And eventually Mark Shield blows up for an infringement.
Well, I think it's offside in the end as Danny Allsop takes a swing. Mishits his shot. I think Archie Thompson was offside on that play. But again, they got him behind, didn't they? This time behind Richie Alagich. Right-hand side, Archie Thompson again causing all the damage. There's the mishit. And Archie Thompson is drifting into an offside position. The referee's assistant on the far side. Got that one right.
Nothing's coming off for Adelaide at the moment. This is Muscat. Now Thompson.
Well, look at the midfield there. See, they're just outnumbering. Most of the time it's Aloisi. Nathan Burns comes back, but it's too late.
Now Brebner's been caught very late, and Ross Aloisi, well, he's already been booked, and it goes from bad to worse for Adelaide United. They're 2-0 down, and now they've lost their captain for a second yellow.
Well, he's fired up, but it's a silly thing to do for a player of such great experience as John Cosmina. You can feel it slipping away as early as the 34th minute. Aloisi knows he's had a yellow card. He comes in late there on Brebner. I mean, it's not a simply dirty challenge, but it's enough. It's late.
It's a foolish challenge.
It's a foolish challenge, and a player of such experience in a big match like this, 2-0 down, you need your captain to keep his sang-froid. He doesn't. Adelaide go to 10, 2-0 down. It's a long way back.
And not for the first time this season. The man involved with Adelaide makes an early exit through the tunnel and has to walk the gauntlet of abuse from the Melbourne Victory fans. Well, that's unfortunate for Adelaide because it was a tough enough task as it was. And it's just become a mountain.
Well, it's unfortunate for the spectacle as well because it's, well, of course it's possible, and we've seen teams with 10 do it, but gee, 2-0 down, it's a rampant Melbourne. It's going to be a tough ask.
Another poor ball by Alagich. Fred trying to find Allsop. Costanzo brings the ball out from defence. Fair shoulder challenge. It's bounced off Brebner.
Oh, what a shame. After a great run, Ange Costanzo just too heavy with the pass, and there's a little bit of afters, and you need to be careful, Adelaide. Angelo Costanzo and Muscat tangling in the midfield.
Well, I'm not sure there was a huge amount in that, I had to say. Certainly Ange Costanzo didn't think so. Surely Kevin Muscat's not becoming a diver, is he?
Well, Kevin Muscat just doesn't need to get involved. Side's 2-0 up. Adelaide are down to 10 men. Of course, this match going to the UK. A lot of our viewers in the UK know Kevin Muscat very well.
And those who have longer memories in East Anglia in England. You may well remember Angelo Costanzo had a trial at Norwich City back in 2000. Now Travis Dodds. Actually done well to keep that in play, but Pantelides kept pace with him. Fred's ball, also through for Caceres, too heavy. Of course, talking of Kevin Muscat, he actually played alongside Carl Veert of Adelaide when they were at Crystal Palace together. A few years ago now. Canis. Touched by Burns for Diego. Travis Dodds, but he's being very effectively shackled by Steve Pantelides. This is Fred. Thompson just checked his run. He stayed onside. Also wants it first time in the middle. And it was played just behind the Melbourne number 9. That's a goal kick.
Yeah, just behind him, but what about the challenge from Costanzo? They got caught square, Adelaide. Again, it's on that right-hand side. The ball back, it's just behind Allsop, but Costanzo was well back covering.
Costanzo. Diego's ball, finding Nathan Burns.
It's too narrow, isn't it? Adelaide, you needed Nathan Burns maybe just to keep his width there. Everyone can come inside. Played into Melbourne's hands. That's where there were numbers inside.
Muscat. Oh, lovely ball from Muscat. Thompson again. Archie Thompson! 3-0! And maybe that will bring the championship to Melbourne. Archie Thompson has a hat-trick. He'll take the match ball and possibly Melbourne the trophy itself.
Well, it's a great finish in the end, but it's poor defending. Even with 10 men, they get caught square again. The danger is central, and I think they get stretched. He gets in between Valkanis and Greg Owens. It's a nice little ball in. He comes in. Carl Veert commits himself. He comes inside. Finishes it with his left foot. Good finish. Here we see Fred again, the creator, comes back to Muscat. Archie Thompson makes it that run. Valkanis stays too wide. Carl Veert falls for the dummy, finishes it with his left foot, 3-0.
Of course, Steve Pantelides at Melbourne. As the half-time whistle blows at Telstra Dome, it's been Archie Thompson's half, it's been Melbourne's half, it's been a disaster for Adelaide United. Well, there's always been niggle between these two. Sadly for Adelaide, it's ended with a red card for Ross Aloisi, and they trail by 3-0 thanks to only the third hat-trick of the A-League season. Confirmation of the scoreline. Melbourne victory, leading Adelaide by 3-0. I can tell you that Adelaide have made a change in the second half. It's the expected one as well. Aaron Golding is on and Greg Owens is off.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a happy grand final for Greg Owens. We know it's not his best position. He certainly was exposed on that side, and the gamble didn't pay off.
And Adelaide are exposed again here. Thompson looking for a fourth. It's back off the woodwork and over the top from Fred. And Daniel Beltrami, I can tell you, is screaming blue murder at his defenders.
Well, they come out second half and they get caught on the first Melbourne attack. Archie Thompson down the left-hand channel. So close to getting goal number 4 for not only himself but for Melbourne. Daniel Beltrami, the Adelaide keeper, certainly filthy with his defence that got caught square again. Simon, you just have to wonder whether the 120 minutes last week in the penalty shootout has taken it out of this Adelaide side.
Well, this is not the Adelaide team that we know.
And I know they're 10 men now, but to be caught so many times square at the back, Valkanis and Costanzo, one of the best pairings in the Hyundai A-League. They've looked like at times they haven't known each other this afternoon or tonight.
Well, Michael Valkanis in particular will not be enjoying this experience. It's his 6th finals campaign. He's yet to get a winner's medal. Doesn't look like he's going to do so either tonight. This grand final, I suppose you could say, is, from a spectacle point of view, turned into a bit of a damp squib. Talking of damp, the rain continues to fall, and as play continues, they're closing the roof at Telstra Dome, which should increase the atmosphere even further.
Well, for the neutral, it might have turned a bit damp, but certainly not for the Melbourne fans. Give credit where credit's due. They were 2-0 up before Ross Aloisi got sent off. Sharp today.
More good work from Pantelides. Allsop loses out to Valkanis, who's taken over the captain's armband, incidentally, since Ross Aloisi's red card. Diego, forced back by Mosca. Aimless by Aaron Golding. He's been short on first-team action, Aaron Golding. Otherwise, it's going to be a very blue and white night for the Blue and White Brigade. Can't really say they're going to paint the town red. But you get the meaning. There's the man of the moment, Archie Thompson, whose hat-trick tonight, of course, has taken him past Danny Allsop in the seasonal scoring stakes. He now has 13. Pantelides. Thompson offside. Well, I don't know what Archie Thompson was complaining about. Header won by Ronnie Vargas. Fernando's been peripheral figure really for Adelaide. Normally such an influence on the team in red. They have to feel sorry for the I was going to say the supporters. Should change that to microphone. It's just been bowled over on the touchline. 4,000 Adelaide fans make a journey. Not too much from their team, plenty from this man though. Thompson slips it through, Allsop, and then Fred with the follow-up, back off the woodwork again. The second time they've hit the frame of the goal in the second half, and Adelaide clinging on.
Oh, what a chance again. Again, Archie Thompson's the danger. They just carved them up down this right-hand side. Comes inside Valkanis, picks out Danny Allsop, takes the first sign. Good save from Beltrame. Fred should score in the follow-up. It's the post.
Grant Brebner. There's time on the pitch. Maybe coming towards a close, but it was the right idea to try and get Simon Story in behind. And that's won Melbourne a corner, despite the protestations of Golding.
They just got a little bit unlucky. Simon Story chasing a lost cause. Well, ricocheted. I think it did come off Golding last. 4 corners to 0 to Melbourne.
And the rain is really sheeting down now at Telstra Dome. Quite unbelievable after the heat and humidity of earlier on in the day. Story's ball in. Oh, it was met on the volley by Adrian Leia, I think. Retrieved by Alsop. Leia was leaning onto his man.
Down to Calvert at the back post, Adrian Leia, but he's the one who had the volley. He was headed away, possibly by Travis Dodd.
Nathan Burns. Pass was rather telegraphed there for Diego. Melbourne just quicker, smarter, more alert. They've been on top in more or less every department.
They're first to the ball, aren't they? The second balls. Interesting stat, I guess, at half-time was the possession wasn't a great deal in Melbourne's favour. It's because when they score, Melbourne, they know they've got pace up front, so they just sit back, not too deep, but they sit nice and compact and they break with pace.
A bit of space for Burns. Golding on the overlap. And Theoklitos drops gratefully on the ball. Rare sight of the ball for Fernando.
And this is where they break.
Olay. Well, a bit of joy to watch this season, the front three of the victory. Fred on your screen, and Thompson and Alsop have been two of the main profiteers from his build-up play. And if they are to win the grand final, no three players will have done more than those.
I always thought that firepower was their biggest plus in this grand final. The form of Costanzo and Valkanis has been outstanding, but not just one of them, there's three, isn't there? You just mentioned the three, Alsop, Thompson and Fred. Triangle magic.
Good anticipation by Costanzo.
And Archie Thompson very happy to win the Fox Sports Player of the Year. Maybe it's inspired him. 3 goals.
Now Golding. Simon Story. Just too easy. Now Fred. Melbourne will break with pace. 4 on 3. Thompson onside. This could be a fourth for Archie Thompson. That's it, surely, for Melbourne. They're singing in the rain at the Dome. And the trophy is heading for the victory cabinet.
Well, Lance Costanzo thinks it's offside. It must have been close, but the problem is there's no pressure on the ball. You can't push up if there's no pressure on the ball. Fred's coming through in midfield. There they make a decision to stand, but there's no pressure on Fred. Archie Thompson makes a diagonal run, and I think he's level. I think he's onside. It's close. After that, he goes around Daniel Beltrami. What an individual performance from Archie Thompson. 4 goals in the grand final. Again, the creator is Fred, and the executor is Archie Thompson.
Well, wonderful reactions from the Melbourne bench, I can tell you. Less so from the Adelaide players, who are filthy, particularly with the linesman on the near side. And 2 yellow cards had been issued whilst you've been watching the replays and the celebrations from Archie Thompson. I have to say, on the replays, I thought they might have had a case for offside. But Costanzo and Valkanis have been booked. And it's just a horror show for the team in red tonight.
Well, they certainly got a case. I thought it was level. I'd like to look at it again. Valkanis is filthy as well. He's got a yellow card. But really, they're playing with fire. When you're pushing up and there's no pressure on the ball carrier, which was Fred, I don't think you can push up, Simon. I think you're playing a dangerous game.
Well, it's a moot point, and it's one that Joel Cosmina will no doubt want to debate at some stage in the future, but his dreams of his team winning a first A-League title surely died at the Telstra Dome now. They just never got going, have they, Adelaide?
No, and you don't want to make excuses, and of course there are none. It's a grand final, had a week to prepare, but of course Melbourne had the week off. While Adelaide played Newcastle in an epic battle in Adelaide last week, the game went to extra time, to penalties. A week before that, they lost here to a late goal from Robinson as Caceres goes off. So the guy I was just about to mention, James Robinson, scored that late winner in the major semi for Melbourne to host the grand final. Good game from Caceres, and very active. Gives Melbourne a nice balance on the left-hand side. But they've come back. Melbourne gained momentum from that late victory.
Now, we told you there were lots of important people here today. Kevin Rudd in centre screen, below him Rod Kemp. We're told that the Prime Minister himself, John Howard, was here today.
I wonder what coloured scarf he's got on.
You tell me. Now, maybe Adelaide can get one back here, but the flag's gone up. Nathan Burns won't count.
Oh, Adelaide have to keep it together here.
Well, our fans are baying for Mark Shields' blood, and the team in red can't believe it.
As Travis Dodd comes in, there's a little push there with Vargas. There's no foul there. And a finish from Nathan Burns.
Well, I wonder what John Howard made of that decision. Sat next to Frank Lowy, of course, the President of Football Federation Australia. Alexander Downer in picture as well. It's been a long time since such heavyweight dignitaries have been involved in a domestic club football match. More importantly, what was wrong with that goal? That's what Adelaide fans were asking.
Oh, it looked perfectly good to me. There was certainly no foul from Travis Dodd. When your luck's down, your luck's down.
Now Lee Broxham, chance to get involved. Thompson. Burns back, helping out defensively.
What about there? Fred gets a yellow card. I think that's a bit harsh. He's chased it. We talk about, he's been fantastic today. 3 assists. Beautiful skills on the ball, the Brazilian. He gets a yellow card there, but I was just about to say, it's not only about his technical ability, Fred. It's about his willingness to work for the team as well. It comes in. It's a little bit soft for a yellow card. I don't think he'll mind that much. Must be one of the fittest teams in the whole league. One of the fittest players, sorry, Fred.
I'll be interested to see what he does on the beat test as Aaron Golding miscontrols. Simon Story does likewise. Incidentally, for history buffs, this scoreline equals the highest ever in a grand final, A-League or old NSL. Back in 1980, Heidelberg thrashed the old Sydney City 4-0. So there's time yet for Melbourne to write another page of history. And it's been richly deserved. Ernie Merrick, who was lambasted by his own supporters last season after they finished 7th, the worst club in Australia. Only the New Zealand Knights were below them. And they've gone from 0 to heroes this year.
Yep, the board stood by him. And you have to say the tactical switch, bringing Muscat from right back into the centre of midfield, has been a masterstroke. There are other factors, of course. Danny Allsop's form, Archie Thompson.
Now, was that half a smile from Ernie?
He would never admit it.
They will surely get a grin if they win. Likes to keep his emotion bottled up, this Ernie Merrick. Told me once he was emotionally stilted because he was Scottish. Don't believe that for a moment. Here's the corner for the victory. over the top of Leia. Stands her away. Now Robinson. Young Englishman, and he's threaded it through, and the flag is up against Fred.
Another run deep from midfield, diagonal. This time the referee's assistant puts the flag up. Mind you, he did hesitate.
Well, you feel for Adelaide and their supporters, because there's still 23 minutes of this game to go. And they've come here in such big numbers, and hope and expectation, and they've just been quite literally bulldozed out of the way by Melbourne.
People should know, I guess, as well. You see the closed roof, which only enhances the atmosphere here. But Adelaide is very close to Melbourne. It's some trip for those away fans.
It's about 11 or 12 hours by road, isn't it? Maybe even a bit more than that.
They shouldn't take away from them. They've had another good season, Adelaide. They finished second. They're in the Asian Champions League. They've got that to look forward to. They're in the season after. Of course, beating Newcastle last week ensured that they would be in the next two versions of the Asian Champions League. So although it's a bit of doom and gloom here, they've still got a lot to look forward to. It's a bad challenge there from Calvert. Kevin Muscat gets up straight away.
Another yellow card. They're starting to rack up for Adelaide. But it's frustration, and Calvert, who's played in plenty of grand finals in the past, the old Adelaide City, and what a couple as well, does not like being on a losing team.
And Nathan Burns there, I think he's had what's been a difficult context, a decent match, and only a youngster. He's worked hard down the left-hand side. It's not his natural position.
The cross towards Alsop at the near post, and it looped up and over the top, fortuitously for Daniel Beltrami.
And there's Archie Thompson again. Well, he's on the right side, he's on the left side, he's everywhere. What a performance. Daniel Alsop coming into the near post. His front three have just really ripped Adelaide apart. Of course, they've won the midfield. So often you have to win that battle to win a game.
Calvert has just run out of pitch. There's going to be another change made by John Cosmina, or at least his assistant Aurelia Vidmar on the sideline. And well, we talked about Matthew Kemp being missed in the first half for Adelaide, but the injury to Jason Spaniolo was just as big, if not bigger, blow for Adelaide. He's not fit at all, Jason Spaniolo, but at least he'll get 20 minutes. There's Matthew Kemp up in the stands alongside his coach, and Spaniolo gets his first action in a month. Spaniolo, second in the league's assist list. Now Gite, oh, and it loops up and over. Theoklitos hits the bar, and it'll be a corner.
Well, how dramatic is that? Spaniolo, you rightfully mentioned, he's been missed over the last 3 weeks. Beautiful interplay, and what this means, Spaniolo comes onto the left side where he plays, gives him a better balance. Nathan Burns goes central where he prefers, and straight away they carve out a chance. Gite, beautiful little ball from Burns, good turn, deflection gives him a corner.
Their first corner of the game in the 71st minute, which Nathan Burns will take. says Aaron Golding. Needs a good delivery. Well, Canis is up there. Touched by Diego. Gite. Again, it's Melbourne who come away with the ball. Danny Allsop. Now Muscat. Robinson. Now Fred. Allsop darts towards the near post. Thompson! Well, the ball is just glued to his boots, and glued, it seems, to the back of the net. It's 5 for Archie Thompson and Melbourne.
Well, this game's going to a lot of places around the world. There might be a few clubs that are watching this performance from Archie Thompson. Wonderful play again from Fred. This time it's down the left-hand side. It's another assist. He gets a little bit luckier on this one. The build-up sort of lost its momentum. The ball went out to Robinson. Fred had already made a forward run. He's onside. There's a slight deflection. It comes to Archie Thompson on his left foot, dispatches it into the net. Here's Fred, makes the run, gets his head up. Look how he gets his head up. Great for youngsters watching. He knows exactly where Archie Thompson and Danny Allsop, must mention, who took people away at the near post. What an individual performance. 5 goals.
Even he can't believe it.
That is definitely a smile.
That's an early smile. I think maybe just his face is frozen in that particular configuration due to the wind tunnel behind him. Now Burns. Golding. Burns again. Led by Vargas, who has been solid and steady throughout. And it's 3 against 3 again. It's Fred. Robinson left. Allsop right. Danny Allsop. Well, it just won't go in for Danny Allsop.
Oh, he'd love one, wouldn't he? Should have scored. Goes for the near post, trying to squeeze it in between the keeper, Beltrame, and the near post. Hits the outside of it. Again, Fred's the creator. He's so aware of what's going around him. He had the left or right option. I feel if he just lifts that and goes to the far post, he scores, Danny Allsop.
Well, now is the moment the Melbourne fans can show their appreciation to the man who's literally won the grand final for them. Single-handedly. 5 fabulous goals. Take a bow, Archie.
What a marketing tool, not only for Melbourne, but the whole Hyundai A-League.
The whole ground is getting ready to celebrate what, in all honesty, has been thoroughly deserved and earned over the last few months by Melbourne victory. They've been the best club in the country by a long way. They've done things right off the park. And in less than 60 seconds, they will get their just reward. Maybe there's time for one final flourish. Sarkis, Christian Sarkis, that is perhaps the pick of the bunch. What a way to finish it at Telstra Dome. Brilliant. And it's 6 for the victory.
What a wonderful strike against the tired Adelaide defence, but take nothing away. And Andy Merrick is smiling. He's even getting a hug from his chairman, Jeff Lord. I guess that means his job's safe next season. But what about the goal from Sarkis? Here's Sarkis, picks up the ball. Good run from Robinson around the back. He checks inside, goes for the far post. Beltrame, no chance. That's a wonderful strike from the youngster. Cuts inside, knows exactly what he wants to do, and executes it perfectly.
Well, it's almost a full-blown laugh from Ernie Merrick. Now they can all smile. The final whistle blows. Victory is ours, proclaimed the banner made by the Blue and White Brigade, and now their premonition has come true. They've been the best off the field all season, and now they've proved it where it really matters. Melbourne, the football capital of Australia, and the champions of Australia. Well done to Ernie Merrick, well done to the players. They were sensational, their fans were sensational, and they can savour this moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your champions, Melbourne Victory!
This is it, the decider.